we shall overcome. Oh, yes, we will. The Lord has promised us He's got a place for all who overcome in Jesus. Amen. Deep in my heart, I do believe someday we'll all be free. We will be free. I may not know how long 'twill be. Someday we'll all be free. We will be free. Someday we'll all be free.
The word justice appears in many of the United States' most cherished documents, to include the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Pledge of Allegiance. Justice brings about the understanding of what is fair and right, as well as the realization that something went wrong.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Justice for all.
A theologian once said, "To demand freedom is to demand justice. When there is no justice in the land, a man's freedom is threatened." The annual theme of Justice Sunday is a charge to keep we have, to serve this present age. In addition to a familiar hymn, these words remind us of the ongoing need for the collective impact of this nation to right civil wrongs, and of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who once said, "Life's most persistent and nagging question is, what are you doing for others?"
Within and beyond the walls of sanctuaries and the hearts of leaders and constituents, the physically spent and the emotionally exhausted came forth in their communities to serve. From the Montgomery bus boycott to the Children's Crusade of Birmingham, from sit-ins at lunch counters to the thousands of untold acts of courage, institutions and volunteers of faith, youth and adults came together in pursuit of justice, a journey not yet complete. A charge we continue to have to facilitate assistance in transformation and healing across the nation. Justice Sunday, founded by the National Alliance of Faith and Justice in 2003, is a benchmark and an invitation. For some, it has become a day of reflection. For others, it is the first day of a month which recognizes reentry and revitalization. Across the nation, we offer this day as one to initiate or renew a commitment to service and compassion through mentoring. On Justice Sunday, the day before the federal holiday which honors the late Dr. Martin Luther King, we honor the spirit of inclusion and the diversity of faith.
The United States is now at a critical juncture in recalibrating its criminal justice policy. Differences in views and experiences contribute to an imbalance in the administration of justice that tips the scales from the schoolhouse to the jailhouse and all points in between. It's disturbing to know that a half-century after the beginnings of the modern-day civil rights movement, there are far more African Americans behind bars today than in 1954. As mass incarceration swept the nation over 3 decades ago, the number of children separated from parents who were sent to prison also grew. Today, the parents of 1 in every 43 children in the United States are in prison. As long as we must use words like racial perceptions of crime, differential arrest, disproportionate minority contact, and other such phrases to define our actions, we fall short of the dream of Dr. King and thousands of others who volunteered in the quest for freedom. A fair system of justice is a cornerstone of our legal system and guaranteed by our Constitution. The influence of bias and disparate treatment in the system is unacceptable and harms the prospect of justice for all.
Just this Sunday, the observance of the MLK Day of Service and the recognition of National Mentoring Month provides us with a tremendous opportunity to serve. Law enforcement officers have challenging and often dangerous jobs, working to keep communities safe. As law enforcement leaders, current and retired criminal justice officials, each of us have an essential obligation and a unique opportunity to ensure fairness, eliminate bias, and build community engagement. Cultivating a pathway to adult proficiency rather than a pipeline to prison, interrupting the disproportionate impact on youth of color, Black, Hispanic, and all others so impacted is a crucial step in the right direction. We have the opportunity on Justice Sunday to renew our commitment to plant seeds in the lives of returning citizens and future generations, and to declare our commitment to build bridges, eradicate divides in our communities, and an annual benchmark to evaluate the impact of our outcomes. Our youth flee capture from new slave masters, drugs, crime, violence. Many actually feel that when given a choice between pen or pencil, there is an equal opportunity. You may not be that street sweeper that Dr. King spoke of, and very few of us have the talents of Michelangelo. But many of us can be a mentor and empower youth to take a stand to keep their seats in their classrooms. A sculptor once said, "If I can inspire one of these youngsters to develop the talents I know they possess, then my monument will be in their work."
My name is Bishop Henry Hearns of Lancaster, California. However, I was born in rural Mississippi at the time when the Ku Klux Klan and the Jim Crow laws were at their height. And yes, I am the very first African American elected mayor in the city of Lancaster. For us, Justice Sunday is a point of renewal, taking us back to where we were, looking at where we are, and looking at where we are to go. I do have now the understanding of the power of faith. And in order for the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King to become realized, we must all come together, pull together, that we might take away those elements that separates us from justice for some and injustice for others. Dr. Martin Luther King made a statement, and I quote, "Change does not roll in on wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. And so we must straighten our backs and work for our freedom."
The assurance of justice is a prerequisite for a fair society. Over 150 years beyond the Emancipation Proclamation, and over 50 years beyond the well-known efforts of men like Reverend Dr. King or of Cesar Chavez, as we gather in respect and immeasurable gratitude for key milestones which mark the well, the lesser known, and the many untold sacrifices to achieve equality, we find ourselves still asking, is justice really for all? Until we have no need to ask the questions, we will not have the answer. History recalls countless acts of collaboration and determination from the thousands of students who took a stand to keep their seats in school or a seat at the lunch counters, to the many men and women who continue to stand against a continuum of unfair treatment. In recognizing Justice Sunday, let us revive the power, creativity, and spirit of new ideas, which afford interpretation and application of history. Let us renew our commitment to our youth. Let us examine the contribution we each can make to tear down walls of division. Deep in my heart, I do believe in the charge to keep we have to serve this present age before, on, and beyond the day.